What's the simplest way to improvise? Select a first element and add a second element. Give you a combination. Now, should they be as random? There are 4 types of elements you can combine. Shocking type, the funny type, the soft type, and the deep type. The shocking type is really anything that's shocking for you, whether it's by size, by use, by function, even the very nature of it. Same for funny. Now the difference between shocking and funny here is that shocking does not necessarily mean funny, so you can see funny as a subset of shocking. Soft is the direct opposite of shocking. So if you want to create a fast and quick paradox, you take a shocking element and you combine it with a soft element. And that's an immediate contrast. Same thing for funny and deep. Most of the time they'll oppose. Whereas funny will be the funny element, deep will be a more serious element. So if you want to create another paradox, that's another combination for you. Now if you want to create a synergy, it's much more soft plus deep, or shocking plus funny. You can combine any of these 4 types of elements to improvise a new object. Every time you combine 2 elements, you want to think in terms of tension and resolution. Now, how do you find the tension? Well, the tension is really the idea itself. So, first thing you think about, it will be your tension. Now, it's finding the resolution, which will be difficult. What's the opposite, or what's something that looks unusual in the context of the first thing you found? So, the first thing you found, the tension, is your idea. The resolution, the second thing you find, is the execution. How would it look incongruous or inappropriate if you had to execute this certain idea in this certain manner? That's your tension resolution model. When you're creating a tension resolution model or a paradox and synergy model, you want to study the 3 dimensions of the object you chose. Now, wherever your object is a shocking object, a funny object, a soft object, or a deep object, they will always have a nature. There's something defining your object, the name for example. They'll always have a role in your world, the world you've established, and they'll always have a function in your story. Now the main difference between the role and the function resides in the fact that the object has been created by someone in your world, or for a certain purpose in your world. That's the role. The difference with the function is what are you going to do with it in the story. That's the 3 main dimensions you want to study if you want to create a paradox, a synergy, a tension, and a resolution. Now, what are paradoxes? Paradoxes are simply distortions. Distortions of the function, distortion of the role of an object, distortion of how an object is supposed to work versus how it effectively works. So anytime that you have an expectation created around an object, a character, an environment, and you break this expectation, you've created a paradox. Now, what's the point of having paradoxes? Paradoxes are here so the public can participate to your story. As paradoxes are inherently mistakes, or they're seen as mistakes or incoherences, the public will want to correct them. As they want to correct them, because they see a sense of danger in what your paradox represents for the character or for the environment. And that's a big source of interest. So, interest, danger, correction, participation. That's the point of the paradoxes. Now, how do work synergies contrary to paradox? Synergies bring consistency and diversity in your world, or they enhance the consistency and the diversity of your world, which makes your world more immersive, since there's now a better integration of each element of your world in the world itself. And by making it more immersive, by making it more consistent, more diverse, it makes it more sustainable. Where can you find synergies? You're supposed to be able to find synergies in every element in your story. Now, the relationships between your characters will generate stories. Stories will happen in your world. Your world, the environments in your world contains items, and items are meant to make relationships evolve. If you like this video and want to know more on this topic, this other piece of content may interest you.